And welcome back, everyone, to OpenLine. We are talking about government waste. With the pork report through the Beacon Center that was published by the Beacon Center of Tennessee, Mark Cunningham is joining us via Zoom. And basically, you've been doing this for a long time. You said, I think, 16 years you put out the pork report. What response have you gotten? Do you think it is making a difference?
Yeah, I mean, we get responses from across the state. Like, you'd be surprised how many emails we get saying, oh, thank you for doing this. I didn't know anybody's paying attention to what's happening in Johnson City or Jackson. And I'm glad to see a statewide think tank do that. Of course, we also get the nasty emails from people involved in the pork report who said, this shouldn't be in there. I don't understand why. We get a lot of calls on that. But ultimately, I think it has a huge impact. And honestly, it's because of places like, News Channel 5 Plus, or all the places that cover this. I mean, I think we've had like 400 media hits this year alone in the state on pork report. So without the media amplifying this, it would just go to our normal base. So it's great that we have the media out to get this message out, but it's one of those issues where, I mean, I just remember a few years ago, there was somebody who did a conference in town and they were taking taxpayer money. We put that in our pork report, and because of all the bad heat, the bad press they got, they decided to come without taking tax dollars because of the pork report. So there's a lot of examples where, as much as it sounds like you're talking to a child, it's like when you embarrass some people, they're going to be less likely to do that again because they don't want to end up in the pork report. They don't want to answer questions from 8 or 9 different media outlets asking, why did you do this? So it's one of those things that hopefully, these lawmakers, these people doing that, when they get bad press on that, they'll think before they do it again. And that really is one of the main goals of the pork report, is to make sure we hold legislators accountable, not just for this, but for what they might do next. Because if they know they might end up in the pork report, it might be something they think twice about.
That is important. Yes, hold accountable. Just show that you're paying attention. And so you are very involved. Are you cynical when it comes to government or not? I mean, I wonder what is your outlook after doing this for 16 years?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, it's hard not to be cynical because you see these horrible examples, but you also see areas of improvement. I mean, you see the state that's doing a better job, and there is a lot of, good legislators. I think maybe I don't agree with their politics, I don't agree with what they do, but they are well-intentioned people, and sometimes they just need this education to help them. And truthfully, we put this together, but Tennessee is so much better than almost any other state when it comes to waste. There's still a lot of waste here, and there's still a lot of problems, and we need to address that on the local and the statewide level. But compared to places like Illinois or New York, I mean, it's so minimal. So it's nice to be in a state where we can call this out and actually make a difference. So I think the best way to deal with it is by being positive and not cynical, but sometimes it's hard.
And in the final 30 seconds, how did you put this together? Maybe that's too long, but try and answer that in 30 seconds. You put it together.
Yeah. So I mean, we do this for an entire year. We have an Excel document, we put every media article that could be waste. We go through the comptroller's report, and then we vote on it as a staff. We get our top 12, and then we let the people vote on the pork of the year. So it's a year-long process doing this report.
So you are now working on next year, right?
Absolutely.
Now. All right.
We already started. Yep.
Mark Cunningham, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on, and thanks to your friend who's there, your fan. And now I think that's going to be the end of his treats. But thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. We'll take a break. Come back right after this.